Okay, I'm at the showcase. What's going on with the showcase? This is what's going on with the showcase. First of all, this is AJ's side. AJ, I don't see any changes in your side this week at all, which is fine because this is what's going on with the showcase. AJ is leaving. Kind of makes sense for him. He hasn't been getting much activity. He hasn't been able to come in every day and kind of monitor and make sure or restock the case to see what's going on. I don't see any change on this top shelf for me. So what I'm going to do, and here's my second shelf, I don't see any change that I recognize immediately. So I'm going to take over the case by myself. Here's my third shelf, don't really see any change. And I'm just going to load it with stuff. And I will continue to be here at least through the holiday into January. And I don't see any change on the bottom. The only thing I know I sold for sure because they called me on it, and it's kind of a funny story, is a Fontanini Clown, which I had left. I paid $5 for it. I bought it out of Goodwill, and I had left the original $5 sticker on it. Oh, AJ, I'm going to call you later, but what I'm doing is I'm taking your stuff out as you requested, and I'm going to get your checks. So all you have to do is come by and pick everything up from me whenever. Anyway, so here's a funny story. I had left the original price tag on. I paid $5 for it at Goodwill, and I priced it here for $10. Anyway, I get a phone call from the showcase, and they tell me that I have two price stickers on it. I have one for $10 and I have one for $5. How much am I selling it for? So I'm like, well, I priced it at $10, but apparently I forgot to remove the price sticker. So what I'm going to do is I will allow the person to buy it from me for $8. And if that person is willing to allow me to make $2.50 profit on the deal, then we have a deal. And if they were not, then I told them that, I'll take that off in a second, let me just finish my story. I told them that then no deal, and please remove the price sticker from the bottom for me so I can get the full $10. Anyway, I don't see it, it's gone, they must have went for the deal. Anyway, now I'm going to take pictures of my showcase, and then I will refill it so we see what I have and what I can fit in, which should be everything, plus I might come by again during the week and fill some more stuff in some empty space. Okay, I actually put a bunch of the stuff that I had in the case before back in, but this is what I'm adding this week. I'm adding this kettle. I've been selling Fenton. So you know. So I'm going to add Fenton. These Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I got a piece of, what do you call it? I got a Lego piece that I can put them on. I'm adding this camera. I'm making everything very reasonable, except for these bronze vases I'm making expensive. This just stones. This is goofy stuff though. I'm putting some decent stuff, some goofy stuff. I'm adding a Waterford crystal. AJ stuff is out, so I have all his space now. Two Japanese paintings. This Jamestown vase with a rooster design. Yeah, you don't have keys. They were actually very smart. They did everything all too. Adding this Christmas ornament. It's a Murano, labeled Murano. I can't figure out who made this. I looked all over. It looks like LYNNY. I had this somewhere. I just found it. I'm going to put it in the case, see what happens. And this is my super most expensive item. I'll put them in for $600 for the pair. Now let me see what I can fit in the case and how it works out and what we wind up with. Alright, pretty much everything is moved all around. Stuff went from here to there, from there to there. But this is my new layout and setup. I forgot to take pictures of the way the case look next week because there's a lot of stuff going on this morning. On this shelf, what did I add? I added these. And I added the Fenton, I added the Venezia. And then the other stuff that's there now was from before. I didn't sell any of the jazz CDs, but I don't care. I'll just leave them there. I can always take those to flea market. I definitely have a buyer for those, although he does not pay that much for them. This shelf I added some rocks, some polished gemstones. That's it. I just switched stuff around. So the only new thing is the polished gemstones. On this shelf, what's new is the Waterford crystal and the camera. Everything else I put back on that shelf was in there before. I take it to the flea market. On this shelf, I added Jamestown vase and that studio pottery candle holder, and these Asian, they're probably Japanese paintings on silk. On the bottom shelf, what did I even add? Oh, I added the fire starter. I didn't really bring that much new stuff this week. Oh yeah, and I forgot the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I added, and okay, that's it. Now I'm just going to take some pictures. So now it is do or die with this case. I am paying the full $200 a month to have this space, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see if I can make at least $400 or $500 a month. So it would be worth my staying. But I'll know. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna push it through all the way to January, and then I will decide. Probably like the end of January.